Hi everybody, my name is Casey Wright. I'm the Nordonia High School principal. Welcome to the Freshman Experience. Some of you guys will be watching this today, getting a little ahead because tomorrow is traditionally Freshman Orientation, where we usually do this together in the auditorium. But we thought we'd be a little bit more intelligent about this. Send a video to you, get a chance for you guys to watch this ahead of time. Spend some time tomorrow finding your classes, open up your lockers, and then the rest of that time coming out to the football field. So we got, something like 40 different clubs and activities you should join. And we're going to talk a little bit about the importance of joining those clubs and activities and making this high school experience really a great one. A couple things, let me brag. And for a couple seconds, you see all these awards. Nordonia High School is a wonderful place. Plenty of awards we got academically. Plenty of you guys know about our great band and choir and athletics. But it's really a great place to have a high school experience. It's really lots of opportunities to make great memories. And it's really a great place to have a wonderful time. So let's talk about that. First, who am I? So I've been here for a while. This is my 14th year going on in my 15th year. It seems amazing because I remember walking this place like 5 seconds ago. I will tell you the same thing I tell every freshman parent for the last 14 years. These 4 years are going to be really fast. And you'd be amazed how many parents tell me after these 4 years that I was right, that these 4 years are really, really fast. Enjoy them. There'll be ups and downs and lots of rights and things like that. But take your time to enjoy them. And then we're here for you. So if you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out. So the structure of this building, we work as a team. So all your teachers work together to build great curriculum and support our students. That's our vision, is to work together as a team. And we work hard at making sure our curriculum is top-notch and ready to go for our students, and so you can achieve at high levels. Some of you guys know Mrs. Wright. Mrs. Wright's a middle school teacher. So some of you guys know Mrs. Wright better than you know me because she was your 8th grade teacher. So welcome. I can tell you that she said wonderful things about each and every one of you guys. So I'm excited you're here at the high school. And as she would tell you, in the middle school, you are part of our family because if you're one of our students, she considers you family. I'm from New York, from Syracuse, New York. And so that's kind of interesting information, but I've been here long enough that I'm just like everybody else. I root for the Browns, the Indians, and the Cavs. And Mondays really are terrible if the Browns lose. So I'm just like the rest of you guys about that. But I'm not from Cleveland originally. I'm from upstate New York. You'll see my associate principals and dean of students here in a little bit. So Jessica Archer, Jessie is one of our associate principals. So if you see her last name pop up there, she is your principal assigned to you. And then Tony Buckler, you'll see Tony Buckler. And then Mr. Buckler, that's who's assigned to you. And so you see your name in the middle there. And then our dean of students. So he is the last part of the alphabet. So that's a great resource to know who is the principal that's assigned to my part of the alphabet. So there it is. If you want to know the difference between what they do and I do, so I'm responsible for everything that goes on in this building, all the hiring, everything that goes on, all the instruction, all the activities that go on. But I don't do all of that stuff. That would be impossible. We have an amazing staff. There's 157 people that work at the high school and a little over 1,200 kids, a little bit more because it's a big freshman class, so maybe 1,250 kids. I certainly don't do it all. Matter of fact, the team around me is what does it all. The people you're going to meet, huge portion of what does that. And your associate principal is really your go-to person, your guidance counselor that can really help you have a great high school experience. If you have any issue whatsoever, that's a pretty good person to talk to. And then the person I'm going to introduce you to here in a second, your guidance counselor, these are great people for you to know. What's my job? Overseeing it all. So if you ever have a question, give me a call and let us know. We can talk about it or I can give you an answer. The other guy you're not going to meet here because we're in the middle of fall season and he is out working hard when it comes to this. But Mr. Eckenrode, Rob and I have been working together a long time. He's our athletic director. And a couple of things that he's really proud of is he always preaches to our students that you're a student first and you're an athlete second. And the top line in there is what I'm really impressed. We've got 725 students here at Nordonia High School that participate in one sport, and their average GPA is a 3.6. So if you want to do really, really well in high school, get involved. And that doesn't just have to be sports. I could put the same slide up there about band, about our drama department, about our choir, about all the clubs and activities. But he is right. The more involved you are, the more you're going to enjoy high school, the more you're going to get from this experience and the better you're going to do. But it's important to know him because if you have a question about athletics, certainly about eligibility and making sure you're eligible, see Mr. Eckenrode. He'll take good care of you and does a great job with athletics. Okay, let me introduce a really important person for you. It's Miss Seward. She is your freshman guidance counselor. So Miss Seward, these are your guys.
Thank you. All right. Hello, class of 2025. I'm Mrs. Seward. I'm going to be your school counselor this year. We've been getting ready for you all summer long, working on your schedules. And I appreciate anybody that's reached out to me so far and just communicated some of your needs. So we're really hoping that you walk in here on the first day and you feel good about where you're going and what you're doing. I really like to tell you that our counseling office is an open door policy. Please stop in if you have a question about your schedule. If you're having a bad day, you just need to kind of process some stuff, please stop in because we are always there to help you and to get you through the day. Okay. A little bit about our graduation requirements. All of our counselors will be coming into your classrooms this year, and we always talk about graduation requirements. So there are 21 credits in order for you to graduate from the state of Ohio. The biggest ones, we've got 4 English credits by the time you graduate, 4 math, only 3 science, and only 3 social studies. But if those are subjects that you really enjoy, we have a ton of classes to get you involved in. Every student needs half a credit of PE and health, 1 fine art, and then 5 electives. And we have so many electives, from business classes to foods classes. I mean, you name it, PE classes. We're really excited about all the different classes that we have to offer. There is going to be a little bit of Ohio State testing, and I'm sure you guys remember that from middle school, but we'll talk about that a little bit more when we come into your classrooms. And the last one that's a little bit different is now we have Ohio seals. So there's 12 Ohio seals altogether. 3 of those seals are our local seals, and so many of our students are going to be able to get those. They're our community service. Everybody needs that to graduate from Nordonia High School. And then we have so many students that are going to be getting the student engagement and the fine and performing arts seal. So don't worry if you didn't get that all right away. We will be going over these details all the time with you to make sure that you feel comfortable. All right, so when you come into our main doors, to the left is our main office. All of our principals are in here. We've got wonderful secretaries that are gonna help you. This is where we go for attendance. For example, if maybe you have a dentist appointment and you need to come in late, so you sign in there. This is where you give your community service forms. And then right across the hall is our guidance office. And these are where all of your counselors are located, our school psychologist, anything that you might need mental health wise, we are really there to help you out. So please come in. Our secretaries are more than happy to help you. Even if you get the wrong office, don't worry, we're going to point you in the right direction. All right, up next we have Mr. Buckler.
Hi everybody, I'm Mr. Buckler. I'm going to deal with last names J through R. I'll first introduce the map of the building. So if I'm you, I'm going to look at the landmarks throughout the building to make sure I can identify where those are at. Just in case I get lost, I can kind of find my way. So the first digit or the hundreds place of your room number are hallways. So please make sure you see the rectangle and the pattern of the hallways. That'll help you out tremendously moving forward. Next slide is going to be dismissal. So this year, we unfortunately have to deal with some construction that's out of our control. So there's a bridge out. And we want to make sure we give you guys the best opportunity to get home quickly as possible. So students, make sure you guys know your bus number. There's no longer any bus letters, so please make sure you know your bus number as well as its location. And there'll be a poster at the front of the building to help you identify where your bus will be in line. Afternoon pickup. Parents, we're going to recommend you guys get there about 2:20 in the afternoon to kind of let the buses go. We are going to give them priority when leaving the building, so there may be a delay in the back of the building, but we're going to get you guys out as fast as we can. Couple things at the Highland South Bedford intersection. We want to make sure our preference is to get you guys to turn right, but if you're turning left, please make sure you guys pull up to that white line so that does change the light. And last, where is the nurse's office? So the nurse this year has moved back to the original spot, back by the auditorium. Room number 735. So if you're sick, feeling sick, or need a Band-Aid or something like that, please make sure you go to the nurse, familiarize yourself with that map so you know where to go. In any event that you get lost or confused, please make sure you find an adult and ask them. They'll be more than happy to help you out. Next up.
All right, so lots of good information there for you. Thanks, Tony. So Ms. Wotecki, she's our librarian, but I want to take a couple seconds to talk to you about the library. Lots of great things go on in that library, and make sure a couple things. You have your library card, and they will give that to you your first day here, and then take a picture of that library card because you'll always have it in case you lose it. You'll have that. But she's really great. If you need a resource, if you're doing a project, she's going to come in your classes. Your classes will go down there. But during your high school time, and then even beyond high school and college, knowing the librarian will cut down all the crazy work that you have to do. She'll point you in the right direction and tell you some great resources. Interesting thing for Nordonia is we have a huge amount of online resources where you can get that same book digitally. So I highly recommend you talk to her because she does a lot of work for you and she can really help you out. All right. Chromebooks. You guys all have Chromebooks, and so if you have an issue with a Chromebook, you can also go down to that library. Mr. Witchy, he's and his team, they fix all the Chromebooks here at Nordonia High School. Matter of fact, if you are interested in helping that team out, see Mr. Witchy. He can show you how to sign up for that next year, so you take care of that. But if you're a student, you have an issue with your Chromebook, go down to the library. They'll take good care of you down there and get your Chromebook fixed. Okay. Let's talk about late to school. Ms. Archer will take care of you there.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. It's great to meet you. I can't wait to get to know you and work with you over the next 4 years. I am responsible for last names A through I. So I look forward to working with you guys. If you are late to school or have to leave school early, Mrs. Spadaro is in our front office, and that's where you would come to check in. We ask that parents call or walk their student in so that we know you're aware that they are late. And as long as that happens, there's no consequence. They would just receive an admit slip, which is their pass to class. If a student is tardy or that becomes a bad habit, they're kind of like tardy for no reason or they miss the bus, then a weekday detention could be issued. Our attendance policy is, we want you at school as much as possible. We have a building full of experts. They work so hard to provide you with a first class education, and there's nothing beats being here and receiving that instruction in person. So please be here as much as you can. Obviously, if you're sick, please stay home. And we kind of have some backup plans for that. Please communicate with us and utilize Google Classroom because many of our teachers are using that to provide the content and instructions. So even if you're out for a planned absence or unplanned absence, you can still stay up to date on our contact. We don't really, at the high school or well, everywhere, we go by hours. So there's not really an excused versus unexcused absence anymore. We just count total hours missed. So again, be here as much as you can to get that excellent instruction. So the dress code at the high school, we get a lot of questions about this, and our dress code is pretty basic. Everybody needs to have an appropriate top, bottoms, safe shoes, and a face mask. Really what you want to steer clear of are clothing items that would disrupt the learning process. So violent images, drugs, alcohol, vaping, paraphernalia, hate speech or profanity, and then, body parts that really should remain private. So that's our dress code. And the next slide here is about communication. So as Mr. Wright said, we have so many wonderful things going on here at Nordonia High School. We really are able to provide a great experience, and we have plenty of things for students to stay involved with. But you have to know what's going on in order to take advantage of those opportunities. So our first most important line of communication is our student email accounts. We recommend our students put their school Gmail accounts on their phones, just like moms and dads and all of us have our emails directly linked to our phones. That student email account should be checked every single day. It's a great way to communicate with teachers. It's a great way to communicate with counselors or administrators. So please, students, make sure you have your student email account easily accessible and check that daily. We also have morning announcements. We have bulletin boards. We have a weekly bulletin that I send out via email every Monday morning that has all the really important announcements, plus kind of a calendar of the week ahead as to what's going on. We have a Nordonia High School Facebook page. We have Twitter accounts. And each grade level counselor has a Google Classroom where they push out a lot of information. And then also each grade level has a class sponsor. And that class sponsor, that is a social group that everybody is welcome to join. The only requirement is that you are in that grade. So for the class of 2025, your freshman class sponsors are Mrs. Roby and Miss Carlo. So they will be pushing out some information to you. And that is a great way to just connect and remain close to your class. And you get to do a lot of fun things as you go on and get older. So make sure you're staying up to date and informed as to what's going on, and you're checking that email so that you can participate and have a great time here.
All right, so let's talk about some resources you need. What happens if you're having drama with a friend? I have a 6-year-old at home, so I'll know all about drama. But who do I talk to about drama? The same people that you just talked to. Your school counselor, get to know your school counselor. You're going to be things that as you move through high school that you need someone to reach out and talk to. And that's just happens in life. But listen, trust me, if you use your resources around you, you'll be really successful. So get to know your school counselor. If you trouble with class, school counselor. Trouble with another person, teacher can help you. My associate principals can help you. I'm really good to help you too. If you're feeling overwhelmed, and this is a good one, do not ignore that. If you're feeling overwhelmed, please see one of us, especially your school counselor, because they can help you with that. There's small things they can do to make things a lot better for you. So if any of those things happen, understand that we're here for you. And there's 157 people all rooting for you and want you to be extremely successful. And if you need something, we're here for you. So make sure you know that. All right. Two things I want to talk about. All right. First 9 weeks, really important. You've heard this many times that when you get to high school, this is when grades count. And that is true. And the first 9 weeks, grades will be there. A couple things I want you to do these first 9 weeks. First of all, get to know your teachers really well. Get to know your school counselor. Get to know us very well. Create a routine. What you do the first 9 weeks will carry through you 4 years. So you got to have really good study habits. You got to decide what that balance is between your extracurricular activities, your homework, your social life. What is that balance? All of them are important, but you got to figure out how to create that balance to be most successful for you. What are you going to get involved in? Is it a sport? Is it band? Is it choir? Is it drama? Is it a club or activity? Which opportunity are you going to get involved in? Please do get involved with something. And then your friendships. And remember, people like to be around people that are kind. If you cause drama or you are one of the people causing drama, yes, that will seem entertaining at the time, but the long range while you're here and you're 15, 16, 17, 18, you're going to realize that's a lot of time wasted on things that aren't important. I encourage you to always be kind to people around you. Everybody's kind of going through life, and more people we have going through together, the better we're going to do. And then reach out if you need help. So what's the rest of those years? You're going to have ebb and flows of high school. You're going to have courses that you love and you breeze through, and you have courses that are really difficult. But you got to stay disciplined through those things and work hard. Sometimes you're going to do really, really well in a class, and you work really, really hard to get it and get that grade. Sometimes you're going to work really hard and things won't go well for you, but you still got to stay disciplined through that and work hard. Remember, it's the totality or everything you do that colleges will look at. It's not an individual course or an individual day. We're all going to have good days and bad days, but work hard. Have great habits. What you do now will build to the rest of your academic career. So have great habits and build on those right away and then continue those on. Make sure you get enough sleep, eating healthy, get enough exercises, and exercising and learning study skills in there too. We talked about extracurricular activities. How many students I talk to in their last years are walking out. Usually their biggest regret is they didn't do more while they're here. And their second thing is they tell me that was a fast 4 years. So make sure you do that. Advocate for yourself. This is your opportunity. If something's not going the way it should be going, don't sit back. Talk to somebody and talk to us and let us help you overcome whatever that issue is. Please, please, please don't sit back and be passive in that. Advocate for yourself. It's a great life skill to have. And then this last one is my favorite one. Often you can tell a lot about somebody based on who they hang around with. So pick great people to hang around with. If you have people in your life that maybe aren't great people, well, this is your opportunity to make new friends when you're up here at the high school. And I would encourage you to do that. But definitely hang out with somebody that you want to be more like, not somebody that you may find a little humor in them right now, but maybe isn't a great role model for you. So what's next? So tomorrow, for most of you guys who are going to watch this today, is your opportunity to walk your schedule in our building. This building will open up at 6 o'clock, stay open about 7:30. That's usually a time that you can go and check your classrooms, where your classroom is, and open up your locker. If you can't open your locker and or find every class, that's okay. You're going to be here by, only freshmen are going to report on that Thursday, and we can take it from there. So don't panic, but that's your opportunity to do that. And then come out to our stadium. We have about 40 different clubs activities. It's going to have food trucks, class shirts. You can buy one for $10. If you haven't seen that turf back there, the new one looks great out there. And we really get to you an opportunity to join a club, join athletics, join the drama department, choir, band, things like that. So also our PTA will be there. Our booster clubs will be there. There's a table full of parents that have had kids graduate through here. A great kind of resource for you to kind of ask questions about. All right. This first day, really excited about this. This is something that we've been working on for a long time, and we finally have made this happen where one day where only freshmen are going to be here. That way we set you up for success. So that whole day we have planned out every minute of the time. Actually, Miss Archer did a wonderful job planning out every minute of that day. And so what you'll do is you'll go to your classes, but in those classes, you're going to learn not about the courses you're in, you're going to learn about Nordonia High School. And that whole day, every period, we have something special for you guys. And we hope when you go home, parents ask your students about what they learned today, and then have an opportunity. We'll post it online, all the activities they did, and ask them about those things, because it would be pretty great in there too. All right. So I hope that was a lot of information. I know it was a lot of information, but I hope you were able to absorb it. If not, the beautiful thing about this being recorded is you can pause it, go back, have discussion with it. If you need additional questions asked or answered, give us a call. We will be more than happy to answer any question you have and spend as much time as you need to make sure this is a success. We will see everybody here August 26th. The first bell goes off at 7:15 and class starts at 7:20. We'll see everybody then. Bye.